So, first of all, Rahul, I want to know about the evACAD and P Manifold also. Like, what's the relation between them and what's the company you have?
So the group company is P Manifold. It's into strategic advisory in new energy space. Now working in 60 countries with projects in electric mobility, renewable integrations, green hydrogen, climate resilient infrastructure and adaptation best practices. So this is what we bring to our clients globally. We work a lot with governments, helping and advising them, developing their decarbonization pathways, roadmaps, strategies, technical standards, helping them raise climate finance, helping them do technical feasibility studies, and then deploy climate finance to bring pilot projects and scale up. And we also work on the corporate side, helping them with their go-to-market strategy, helping them find and do due diligence on any investee company or target supplier companies. We do design of e-powertrains by ourselves. So we have an engineering systems team where we design EV solutions as well for our clients who are into automotives. And so that's all P Manifold, consulting and advisory company. And last 7 years now, we have another subsidiary company, evACAD, which is into trainings and certifications. We do programs, short certification programs, and going up as long as full degree programs jointly with institutions. We have one MTech program with NIT Nagpur in EV technology. It's a very successful program now with 220 plus learners learning with us. In fact, the first batch is soon graduating of 35 learners. We did similar program in a short certification 11 months format with IIT Bhubaneswar. And we went on the niche in terms of the course focus on EV fundamentals, but then very soon jumping into cell and battery pack design and e-power drive design. So a lot of our courses are very niche and designed with right partners to really keep more industry relevance. So that's what we attempt. And in this way, we have experimented and brought more courses. The new one in pipeline is applied AI to e-mobility. So that is coming. So the connection between the two companies is P Manifold is consulting, advisory, implementation support team. And we are leveraging all the knowledge that we have learned and applied in 60 countries. That knowledge, that industry applications, we bring it in evACAD through our different programs. So I think that is the connection and I would say synergies between the two companies.
Okay. So, Rahul, what key gap in the EV industry does evACAD aim to solve?
Right, right. I think that's a very good question. Today, as we see that the EV industry is much fast growing with more players than we had in the conventional automotive industry, right? The space is burgeoning with more and more new startups jumping into it, and some startups like Ather, Ola are growing up and becoming the market leaders, right? So the space is very different, more players, and there is a high need with this fast industry for right skills to be built in a very applied form. Uh, Taking resources from the past conventional space into it, that will still not fill the space with which the EV industry is growing. And it requires a very new upgradation of skills. So I think evACAD is coming there with P Manifold standing and delivering more than 450 projects consulting globally and having worked closely with the industry, with the government, with the academia. I think those gaps are more better understood from the domain side, and those are converted into the right courses, right formats, and being taken to the different parts. We have learners coming from 60 countries in evACAD for our different programs. So I think that has positioned us in a little bit, I would say, uniquely, that we are applied practitioners of this knowledge ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that knowledge is what we are converting into very applied and practical courses and teaching. Many of our counterparts comes from a background of marketing, selling a program, and they require partnerships with institutions to deliver the program technically, while they handle the marketing, sales, and operations part. I think evACAD, while we do all these parts, but our DNA ourselves is systems engineering,
Mm-hmm.
mobility and broader net zero. And that is what we are teaching there. So I think that practitioner approach is what stands distinctly, uh, Nitisha.
Okay. So, why did P Manifold launch evACAD and how is it different from traditional engineering students? Education, sorry.
Great, great. There's a little funny incidents like while COVID struck us, we all were wondering, as was the word, like what is the new phase of doing business?
Mm-hmm.
When suddenly all the physical movements, travels, and other things have stopped. Me and my other founder, Vikrant Vaidya, we were always passionate about sharing our systems engineering skills with the world, which we find very unique in the way we were practicing consulting. And that's kind of made us to kind of start and do our first electric bus fleet planning program.
Mm-hmm.
In 2020, that was the world's first program teaching how to plan for electric buses fleet, right? Nobody was knowing much at that point. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how we got started with evACAD. See, as engineers in many of the schools, we practice on fundamental concepts,
Mm-hmm.
but the applications of that concept is not clearly understood, right? Like when we were engineers, we started learning vectors, we started learning motor designs, and we got into the details of rotor, stator, and everything. But how to apply a motor to an application was never taught to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
How to apply the principles of thermodynamics, which we were doing, we were solving equations, where it gets applied in real life and how it matters to me,
Mm-hmm.
never understood clearly, right? So that's why you will see that lot of engineering coming from India
Mm-hmm.
is more theoretical, right?
Mm-hmm.
Less practical oriented, and hence you will see a lot of work that happens in US or German university.
Mm-hmm.
The orientation is more practical, right? The engineer coming out of a German university is able to do hands-on tweaking with the hardware, softwares, and other things. So I think that's a little difference, which I would say that many of the engineering colleges still goes with that fixed syllabus of teaching some theories, but less applications.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, at evACAD, because we wanted to be more close to the real world,
Mm-hmm.
we thought that EVs as an application is a very interesting application, right? You and me are driving two-wheeler, three-wheeler cars, right? We are sitting in a bus. So we really understand that mode, or we are ourselves the user of the mode. And with that understanding, if I am talking and understanding battery, with that understanding, I'm talking of motor, with that understanding, I'm talking of designs. It just becomes a very good application to learn some of the fundamentals of engineering, but making it more applied. So in our first course, EV systems design, you will understand motor, but without getting into the nuts and bolts of the motor, which may not be required immediately, you very quickly focus that how do you size a motor for a two-wheeler and differently for a four-wheeler, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of sets a very clear way, like how do you select a right motor? Motor is available, but how do you select a right motor for an application and what is the process of doing that? Of course, when you go into the design or controls of the motor, you still need to understand more details and then you design controls.
Mm-hmm.
But just a little systems way of learning applied to something which is more physical, which you can experience and learn the principles better. So that's how I think we design a lot of our courses with that kind of a pedagogy of systems engineering
Mm-hmm.
and very applied oriented, Nitisha.
So my next question was related to your courses or already. So I want to know that what are your most in demand courses right now, and what skills do they focus on?
Sure, sure. See, like one of our champion program has been EV applied design, or we also call it as EV systems engineering. Uh, Here we very quickly understand each of the components,
Mm-hmm.
and we are able to put all these components together in a simulation environment, and then we are able to understand that how they work together in tandem for that EV to run, right? We start quickly modeling and seeing the results that how much electricity this vehicle would cover in this route, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can quickly understand like how do I capture a route for a bus in Nagpur versus in Mumbai versus in any other small city town as well. And if we make this EV run on that route, which has different bumps, stops and starts, right? Different speeds, different time of the day,
Mm-hmm.
sudden electricity requirements, which is converted into the range,
Mm-hmm.
starts differing, right? So then it starts kind of getting understood better that the range which the world is talking so much, which
Mm-hmm.
typically an OEM would say that, okay, my bus could run 300 kilometers, but that's a very standard setting in lab setting. But when I run that bus in Mumbai versus in Pune hills versus in Kerala flatlands, the
Mm-hmm.
range will be different, right? So no one has kind of understood that thing well enough that how those stated conditions and specifications gets translated into my city requirements. So
Mm-hmm.
this is what we start learning in EV systems engineering and applying the design principles and sizing the battery, sizing the motor power and say, okay, that this specification is optimal design for this particular route or applications. So that's one of our most demanded course. We offer it as a single independent course as well as it is bundled with our other MTech and other executive MTech programs as well. We have other programs as well, like where we go into the battery cell design, as design. So that program also is very popular. One of our trainer there, he runs a startup out of IIT Bhubaneswar, Celtic, and very, very interesting. Like he is designing the new electrodes, chemistries to improve the performance at a cell level and at a battery pack level. So someone coming with that kind of knowledge and hands-on lab to be able to do that,
Mm-hmm.
that person when he teaches like how do you put up a right cell, what makes one cell different from other,
Mm-hmm.
how to select the right cell for a e-bus versus a e-two-wheeler application differently, and
Mm-hmm.
what are new technologies which are coming in cell. The understanding level is at a very different orbit itself. So that's another a very popular program that we see.
Mm-hmm.
We have practitioners with us who has been in automotive industry for more than 40 years. They are the program managers for many of the Tatas and General Motors and other vehicles, including hybrids and pure electrics.
Mm-hmm.
So those chief engineers in those big programs are part of our trainer faculty and also consultants who are teaching how do you do a design, validation, prototyping, and testing of your EVs. How do you manage the program life of a EV cycle development,
Mm-hmm.
right? Things you have to be taken care for. Again, very, very niche. No one is teaching in the world such kind of a programs. So again, we have this kind of a program there.
Mm-hmm.
Our electric bus fleet planning is also a very, very popular program. It's amongst the world. In fact, all the four programs that I said, they are amongst the world's first program who are covering the details on these things. And now we have started bundling multiple of these programs, primarily to allow our working colleagues and professionals to
Mm-hmm.
up their knowledge, pick up new career lines in the new energy space.
Mm-hmm.
Freshers giving them a very new skills to adapt themselves to the new areas.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so that's how we have, and we keep evolving. Honestly, like there is so much to do, so much to learn. Uh,
Yeah.
we keep evolving. So our applied AI in e-mobility, that's a new program that is getting developed. The launch is in September,
Mm-hmm.
and where the learner would be able to learn some very hands-on practical elements of AI, but
Mm-hmm.
quickly its applications on two different things that we are seeing. One is the vehicle diagnostics.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, how does a vehicle using AI can find out like what can happen wrong in forward time and improve upon the service and life cycles.
Mm-hmm.
And second is the fleet management part of it. So these two are very kind of important and hot areas which are emerging for AI applications in EVs and autonomous vehicle that we'll be covering in this program.
Okay.
And the principal trainer for this program is an expert who comes from Tesla Design. So we are very happy to kind of launch this new program shortly.
So, my next question is related to how hands-on is the learning experience, especially in a remote or hybrid format.
I think this is one of a very challenge thing that we need to solve when we are offering the online and hybrid format. How do we give a hands-on to
Mm-hmm.
our learners?
Mm-hmm.
The name itself suggests that hands-on is uh, touching and feeling things, right? But what we have attempted to do is like in very interesting formats of some simulations, some modeling,
Mm-hmm.
where kind of associate our learnings through case studies and assignments while the course is happening week on week, right? And at some point of the time, the learners in the campus with our partnering institution like NIT Nagpur, where
Mm-hmm.
we have established a center of excellence in EVs with faculties and VNIT and us put together.
Mm-hmm.
And then we are organizing those multiple practicals spread over a 4 to 5 days program. So I think we are again experimenting new ways of how to make this hands-on more accessible. So in the applied AI program, this hands-on will be kind of giving them a sandbox tool where they can actually be doing coding very quickly one to put up a short AI program relevant to the AI application. So even though they are sitting, but they are able to work and our trainers are able to take them deeper into their learnings through such hands-on interactive exercises.
Mm-hmm. So, which software tools or platform do your students get trained on? Like MET, LAB, Simulink, ANSYS?
Uh, Honestly, like I know many of our competitors, friends, they
Mm.
try to sell on tools that you will learn through such programs.
Yeah.
At evACAD, we have taken a little different view.
Mm-hmm.
Believe that a good systems engineer need not be worried about the tool. The
Mm-hmm.
fundamentals has to be right and the tools can follow. So in lot of our courses, we are using more open tools like Excel,
Mm-hmm.
MATLAB Simulink, and its
Mm-hmm.
open source model.
Okay.
Access and others we bring through short tutorials and access, but there we do not get into training of those tools. We depend on some of our partners to kind of share that. So a lot of modeling simulations that we are using in our programs is through Excel and other tools, which is more easily available. And we are also adventing into a new space, an executive MBA program kind of a space. So there we are working on new tools to kind of use like the case studies, and there are more simulation tools that are typically available in the management world to make some of the learnings more interactive.
Okay. So, how do you integrate real world projects or industry case studies into your teaching?
When you ask how, I think we define a problem statement.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, so, for example, like if we are talking of a battery design,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to design a battery, an optimal size for an appropriate electric bus. We kind of teach like what are the design considerations for these batteries, where the bus will be moving, what will be its energy consumption, how to calculate those energy consumptions. Before that, how do you capture the GPS coordinates of the bus and extract its acceleration and distance profile and convert it into energy consumption?
Mm-hmm.
And taking that, then going into the battery principles, that how do you create a single cell battery model, and then how do you rank up and have a full battery model, and then be able to run the sizing design for these applications, and then bringing a charging into it and see that if you can optimize and reduce the battery for more charging events to happen. And doing this iteratively is what you find a right optimal design for battery and charging system, which should economize your costs of running that vehicle, right? So engineering principles applied to vehicle designs and dynamics,
Mm-hmm.
and coming with a cost trade-off. So this is what we typically will integrate
Mm-hmm.
and have that case study discussed with them during class,
Mm-hmm.
and then with a very practical data give them a assignment which they have to work and share with us, share with the colleagues, and then we discuss about it. So that's a typical systems approach that we take
Process.
while teaching, and then assignments part, Nitisha.
Okay. So, do students receive any industry recognized certification or credential after completion?
Yes, yes. So every certificate is supported through appropriate certification. That certification will come from evACAD, which is now industry recognized partner. Some of our certificates we have partnered with Automotive Skills Development Council, ASDC. So that can be a joint certification between us and the partnering with ASDC. And some of the degree certificates, like with NIT Nagpur, the MTech degree program, that's an MTech degree program that will come from NIT, and a separate certification of completion of all the modules through evACAD. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what we have undertaken so far.
Okay. So, what support do you provide in terms of job placement, career counseling, or internships?
Yeah, so I think like the way we design our programs comes from the need coming from the industry, translated into the program, and
Mm-hmm.
then assessing the students through the program coverage. And then we facilitate them in terms of industry connects. We are helping them with soft trainings during the course of the program, in terms of CVs refining, interviews, building skills, more group discussions to be able to understand and discuss the case studies that typically will come from different kind of job requirements. So all these things are getting them, facilitating them with talking to the industry as well and representing their learnings well. We partner with the industries. We have multiple MOUs with different industries where we receive their job descriptions, which we share with our learners and curate the appropriate listings, which we share with them. And then it typically takes the standard channel of interviews and selections. So typically playing the facilitating role. We also do a lot of counseling and mentoring and discussions with our learners. We have a high percentage of working professionals, right? But many of these working professionals may be coming from very different areas, like mining, like IT industry and others.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of counsel them to help them understand like what are typical job roles
Mm-hmm.
that is happening in the new energy world, in EV, in OEM side or on component sides. We have some of people who have strong background in sales, right? In IT part.
Mm-hmm.
And we counsel with them. We say that, okay, you can still think of a job role in EV value chain, but how about you think about a sales job which leverages some of your natural skills, but this new knowledge that you have learned, and find and look for opportunities on the sales part, either at the dealerships angle or at a high-end sales at the program management level. So this counseling also helps people to able to have first level of visualization, like where in the value chain they could fit. And with those value chains, they becomes more capable to keep looking for the right jobs, while we also help bring filtered job descriptions to them. So I think that's the process we typically follow.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Keep the industry linkage and internships and placements strong. Most of the curriculums, typically the degree ones, also has projects,
Mm-hmm.
and those projects with our tie-ups and MOUs with industry, we try to get more real-life problem statement from the industry,
Mm-hmm.
and in the matching of the industry with 1 to 2 learners put together on the project, right? So those learners are working with the industry, guided by the mentors, executing their project, getting supported from evACAD domain faculty, sometimes also P-manifold faculties and trainers, and a real life problem gets executed, right? And in many of the cases, these learners get absorbed by the industry because they have a higher time where they have observed these learners working and solving the problem. It just gives more confidence. So we keep exploring more avenues of such industry engagement for our learners.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, who is the ideal candidate for a program? Fresh graduate, mid-career engineers, or executives?
See, like there is no one for all kind of a thing. We have programs for different stakeholders, uh,
Mm-hmm.
value chain. So typically when we are offering the degree program, like the MTech degree program in EV technology with an NIT, it can be a fresher who has just come out of a college, right? And
Mm-hmm.
wants to pursue an MTech, either by his interest or sometimes he may not be having a job and he wants to use the opportunity to have more niche skills and
Mm-hmm.
have new energy space. So that's one kind of a personnel who will come for this degree program, and other professionals who are working maybe 4 or 6 years already into the job, want to make shift, feeling stagnated in their current role, and they are looking for transition because many of companies also has this higher education criteria for jumping ladder at some levels. So them also this program has appeal. Many of our learners typically come even from people of 20 plus years of experience who are really enterprising and looking to learn and do new things. So some of our learners also comes from that space. So Nitisha, honestly, like there are mix of stakeholders who comes for our program, and we then design the program specifically for them. And I would not say that we are always successful. There are some learnings,
Mm-hmm.
hard learning that came through one of our program, even though very good program, but I think the catchment of that program was becoming difficult. Our learning was like if we kind of design this program, attending to some of the local challenge
Mm-hmm.
and appropriate electrification, there will be a high usage and high demand for that program. So like for one of our partnership with IIT Bhubaneswar, we are planning to add a new program of heavy duty machinery electrification with
Okay.
a focus of lot of mining, steel and cement industry that goes around in Odisha. how do we support them to kind of deepen their decarbonization initiatives through electrification? So
Mhm.
that's another new program that we will be working to co-develop. So these are some of the ways to kind of design a program with a very targeted stakeholder, sometimes also geography keeping in mind.
Mhm. Okay. So, like anyone can apply for this course, or is there any specific criteria?
Yes, yes. Again, varies from course to course. If you are looking at NIT Nagpur program, because it's a regular MTech degree program,
Mm-hmm.
it requires you to have a bachelor's degree in any discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And with some learnings and changes, we are also seeking for a 1 year experience going forward.
Mm-hmm.
If it's typically a certification program, I think the eligibility criteria is more relaxed. But because we go into fair level of physics and using some Excel and MATLAB tools, we do expect some level of understanding of this particular concepts. So I think again, a mixed set of skills is what we require or we look upon from our learners.
Okay.
We are
So, Rahul, I want to clarify one thing. Like, are you providing courses with the partnership of the colleges and institution, or you are providing standalone courses?
Yes, so we have a mixed bucket. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
we have both. We have courses which we are offering by ourselves, which are typically certification programs.
Mm-hmm.
And we are working with institutions, including academic institutions,
Mm-hmm.
offering joint programs, typically degree or diploma or certification programs as well.
Mm-hmm.
We partner with industry as well to design a program. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and recent one being like we are working in developing a battery energy storage systems new program into our bouquet. And this will be all self-paced learning program with a weekly session with the industry expert
Mm-hmm.
live online, and that is designed jointly with the industry, taught by our faculty as well as the industry faculty.
Mm-hmm.
And that program will have a joint industry certification as well. So it just increases the chances of our learners being absorbed in the partnering industry or the broader industry set.
And how do you hire faculties in your institution?
Again, like a lot of faculties are either full-time employee of evACAD or
Mm-hmm.
are full-time employee of P Manifold. So we are leveraging our domain knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Our consultants spend some time teaching the course with their strengths. And
Mm-hmm.
we have consultants in India and globally whom we are working across our consulting projects in so many countries.
Mm-hmm.
We also have them as trainers. So I think it's a approach of leveraging some of the best whom we know, whom we are already working,
Mm-hmm.
and involving them with their strengths on the specific topics.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, are scholarship or financial aid available for underrepresented or disadvantaged group?
We do keep some provisions and also jointly in discussions with our institutional partners for such scholarships. And we typically have facilitations and partners, financing institutions who offer loans with different kind of instruments to match the appetite of our learners, either
Mm-hmm.
come as a student or freshers or working professionals.
Okay. So, how do you see India's EV talent gap evolving over the next 5 years? And how is EV ACAD preparing for that?
Uh, I think if you look India or broadly any other industry, I think there are talent gaps across different layers, different part of the value chain, right? the most visible value chain, which gets lot of attention even from our government, is the skill training, the technicians, like who will repair the EVs in those garages and highways when it gets breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
That is the space which gets most attention. A lot of programs are kind of getting there. We recently launched a program with joint partnership with Art of Living Bangalore
Mm-hmm.
under their Shri Shri Rural Development Program. So it's a e-two-wheeler technician program.
Mm-hmm.
So we set up the lab, we raised a curriculum, we have our first batches running.
Mm-hmm.
Both we are teaching the existing mechanics to get upskill in EV repair, in two-wheelers focus, and we are also training new set of people for livelihood to get into this chain. So that's one gap coming from the lower strata of technicians who will maintain the electric vehicles, right? Then if you go higher, then it comes to the dealerships and the sales, like the people who are selling, how do they sell? How do they have the right caliber on the technology side to answer queries and be able to make the right connects? So
Mm-hmm.
that's also a program. In the space, the people dealing with the after sales market. So we have delivered a very customized program with Tata Motors for their electric bus after sales players. Then
Mm-hmm.
go into the OEMs, the people who are designing the electric vehicles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there are specialized courses for helping them with the design aspects of it. And I think with the India taking this leadership also on the design part and manufacturing part, I think this program for OEM engineering designs will become very popular, and we are already seeing a lot of traction and good results into that. And similarly apply to the entire supply chain of different suppliers who are providing those motors, batteries, chargers, electronics to the OEM. They also require right level of engineers to be able to do it. We require right training on the financing level. Like EV is out, but we know it is little costly. It requires financing innovations to make it happen. So we
Mm-hmm.
are seeing more and more demand of such managerial skills to translate some of the EVs on ground and scalability. For this, we have created a new program. We are launching it with IM Kashipur in this October. It is Net Zero Strategy and Sustainability Leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And the program is targeted to create new managers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who help drive this not just e-mobility, but green technologies in different spheres
Mm-hmm.
uh, and drive the climate actions for a more sustainable triple bottom line, as we say, for planet, for people, and for profit. So
Mm-hmm.
that the space which we see is existing, because otherwise technologies is lot of existing, but a missing financing layer and a missing managerial level to kind of drive new innovations in the space
Mm-hmm.
that limits the adoption of these green technologies enough into the market, right? So
Mm-hmm.
these are again some new requirements that have come, and
Mm-hmm.
coming from industry and so much work that we are doing globally, it just allows us to understand those needs better and translate and create new programs. So I see programs at different levels coming in. And as evACAD, I think it just allows us by our other consulting practice in P Manifold to
Mm-hmm.
really be close to this industry needs and be able to find a solution. Not every time we will get it right in the first go, but I think we've been committed to kind of keep improving and building excellence in our programs.
So, do you provide job placement also?
We do not guarantee any job placements.
Mm-hmm.
We try to steer away from any such commitments.
Mm-hmm.
We see some non-ethical practices in the markets about confirming guaranteed jobs. Some way, some people diluting it by saying guaranteed interviews, but those
Yeah.
interviews being conducted by their own team members.
Mm-hmm.
I think we try to remain genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we understand the needs and we try to support as best we can, but with no guarantees. So I think our team remain very empathic and connected to our learners to meet their needs and see how in our networks we are able to support that. We do have a industry engagement team, and this team do not engage only at the last mile of the journey with jobs, but
Mm-hmm.
it tries to engage industry through the cycle of this program, right? Like having the industry validate our programs, having the industry coming in as guest trainers in some of our programs, having the industry share its projects, problem statements,
Mm-hmm.
having the industry join in as juries to evaluate the learners' outcomes of the projects and theses.
Mm-hmm.
So if you let the industry kind of remain involved with you through the journey, there
Mm-hmm.
are higher chances that this convergence in terms of placements or internships happen.
Right.
Think we are taking a more organic approach, honestly, Nitisha.
So, what is the exact duration of your courses?
It varies from a month program to 11 months program to full degree programs to 2 years. So different programs has different tenure.
Mm-hmm.
The program with IIM Kashipur that we have planned, it will be a 10 plus 1 month, 11 months program. So there will be 10 courses, each course getting covered in 1 month. So 10 courses in 10 months.
Mm-hmm.
And last 1 month will be kept for a live consulting project.
Mm-hmm.
So in 11 month, a learner can complete its postgraduate certification.
So, do you provide these courses at your place, or you provide these courses in the colleges, like visiting there, sending your faculty? Like, how are you managing this?
So for scalability, we are focusing on online hybrid modes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so we are delivering these programs in live online modes to our learners so that we have participation from any part of the world, not limited to just India.
Okay.
So typically the training formats in most of the programs. And there are sessions where in-person immersion is planned at our partnering institute and labs
Mm-hmm.
that execute with in-person trainers there.
Okay. So, generally, you provide hybrid and online courses, right?
That is right. That is right.
Okay. Okay. So, are there any plans to expand internationally or launch physical campuses in other regions?
Yes, we have plans. As I said, like today also our learners are coming from almost 60 countries for
Mm-hmm.
our certification programs. There are some ongoing discussions with universities in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
Central Asia, and Southeast,
Mm-hmm.
where we want to start either the similar hybrid programs in
Mm-hmm.
partnership with those universities and targeting more regional learners, and possibly in some of the program, depending on the type of program,
Mm-hmm.
and the in-person campus program, where the university faculty is able to offer those in-person classes,
Mm-hmm.
and evACAD faculties will drive some of the sessions online. So it is still a mixed format that we want to experiment.
Okay. So, Rahul, you were talking about something like you are planning to launch in September. So, I want to know about in detail, like what are you planning to launch and what is it? How is it going to work?
Sure. So this is again, I have not found any program globally of this order that we have built. It's a new energy, sorry, net zero strategy and net zero strategy and sustainability leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's a 11 months program. It covers, it starts with understanding climate,
Mm-hmm.
its economics, how it is impacting at a country level and at a company level and individual level. Then
Mm-hmm.
what are the decarbonization technologies that are available,
Mm-hmm.
ranging from renewables, storage, electric vehicles in transport, hydrogen for hard to abate sector, and
Mm-hmm.
where you also require some of the carbon dioxide removal technologies and more, right, in terms of the adaptation. So you understand those technologies, their feasibility, their economics, and their prioritization again at a country level and at a corporate level.
Mm-hmm.
Then you start delving into hydrogen, like we are talking so much of green hydrogen. India has a mission, but the crux is like green hydrogen is costly today. So part of its economics and viability and the first market will be more exports market. So
Mm-hmm.
we are focusing this course on how do you understand and build this supply chain for green hydrogen, right? How do you produce? How do you transport? What will be the economics of trading this green hydrogen depending different green certificates, what difference in the countries. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what we start understanding the supply chain principles of management, but
Mm-hmm.
applying to the green hydrogen. Then we start delving into the strategy part of it, like, okay, let's focus that you are getting into a, becoming a solution provider in this new energy and net zero space. So how do you create your go-to-market strategy? How do you operationalize and finance your model? And how do you scale it up, right? And within this, through some more detailed courses, you will learn into the principles of funding a startup, what different stages and series of funding, how
Mm-hmm.
to drive valuation of a company, both. So either as a learner, you are thinking as a startup and raising enterprise yourself, or
Mm-hmm.
if you're coming from a corporate background, you are learning these principles to take a merger and acquisition route of another startup and bringing inside your corporate, right? So
Yeah.
those principles, again, you will learn very applied to this domain, how it works. Then you also get into green financing. There are so many different equity, debt, concessional loan, blended finance, bonds, new instruments that are coming to kind
Mm-hmm.
of finance the green enterprises and ventures, how to go about doing that. ESG is very high on radar. There are mandates, new mandates coming in. The
Mm-hmm.
reporting part of it, how do you drive those change managements? Carbon is becoming a new currency.
Mm-hmm.
It has its own rise and fall.
Yeah.
So how do you plan a project from this carbon perspective? What is compliance? What is voluntary?
Mm-hmm.
What is the circular economy and how do you build businesses? So
Mm-hmm.
very kind of unique program that we have built together jointly with IIM Kashipur uh, will be launched in October. So the promotions, the websites and all those things are up now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we are looking to bring industry champions into the program as we are further shaping up these programs. Already in advanced talks with some of the big industries
Mm-hmm.
that allows and help us as well. And that is our approach to bring industry involvement right into the program development and delivery, and not just looking into the end outcome of job, right? So that's going by that pedagogy style.
Mm-hmm.
We are bringing industry champions who are doing walking the talk in terms of their sustainability.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so that's what we are working upon.
So where are you planning to? You are talking about the plan which which you were saying it's something related to AI, right?
That's a new another program, Nitisha. The
Mm-hmm.
one that I talked is a management program, 11 months.
Mm-hmm.
And the other program that I talked earlier, which is still planned also for September launch,
Mm-hmm.
that's AI applied in e-mobility.
Okay, so can you please talk about that also?
Yes, yes, yes. So that AI and e-mobility is a four modules program that we are envisaging. And as we move forward, we will keep adding more and more applications.
Mm-hmm.
First part of the module goes into the fundamentals of AI. What
Mm-hmm.
is AI? And you will learn some basic coding principles of AI.
Mm-hmm.
And this we will introduce a sandbox tool which allows you to just quickly do a coding of AI without coming from a coding background. So that's a fundamental module.
Mm-hmm.
Then second module we will look into like where AI can come handy or already getting used in
Mm-hmm.
e-mobility and autonomous vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
We have brought together different use cases around AI deployment in EVs across the value chain inside the product and all other parts.
Mm-hmm.
So a learner will learn a zoom out view of like what and where the AI is getting applicable with what advantage, right? And thereafter, like the learner has a choice, we will start offering small modules of diving into the details of specific applications using AI. So the two of the applications that we will come with our first module, as I said, like one is into diagnostics run through AI. It's a very big part of the automotive industry now, with more and more electronics and embedded controls going inside your vehicles. There are ways and means to be able to start applying predictive tools and intelligence to understand when I will require servicing and how do I plan it upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
How will I kind of design my batteries for higher life cycles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, those are the things that we will learn in this module. And a
So,
similar another use case is the fleet management use case. Like if you are a Ola Uber of running this electric vehicle fleet, be
mm,
it two-wheeler or be it three-wheeler, either applied for a Flipkart or e-commerce kind of a company or an electric bus city operator,
mm-hmm.
how do you kind of start planning this EVs for better efficiency
Mm-hmm.
and more dynamics, more real-time dynamics and integrating the knowledge, leveraging IoT, but then leveraging AI in the background. So these
So,
are the two use cases and four modules that we are planning to launch this new program.
so these for these new program, like how are you, what is your criteria for hiring, for taking people, like for taking students?
I think this program, as I said, like these are short certification programs.
Mm-hmm.
We don't intend to have very strong criteria. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
of course, someone with a background in engineering
Mm-hmm.
is helpful, but I think even some other person by interest could also be joining. Think about it like there are a lot of AI programs that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you are now learning AI and applying it to one particular applications, right?
Yeah.
That opens up your door of learning and applications to any other applications
Right.
as. So I would think that this program will see high appeal from engineering students, automotive professionals,
Mm-hmm.
and also I would say IT practitioners
Yeah.
looking to kind of do something in automotives. So I think this three groups is something that we see the first traction for this new program can come.
So the admission will start from September and October.
No. The batch launch is planned for September,
Mm-hmm.
towards the end of the September.
Mm-hmm.
Admissions will soon be launching, I would say somewhere in August itself. There are some more finer tuning of the program and launching and other things are happening in the background as we speak with each other.
Okay. So, Rahul, is there any other future plans which would you like to share with us?
Uh, I think most of things I have shared with you.
Mm-hmm.
There is a new platform that we intend to launch, uh,
Mm-hmm.
co-develop with our IT partners,
Mm-hmm.
where we can engage our learners through life cycle. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so those are something that are kind of being developed in terms of first architecture.
Mm-hmm.
On this platform, we also want to connect with the industry
Mm-hmm.
so that we can have industry personnel uh, with a job opening be able to share with our learners.
Mm-hmm.
And this AI-driven platform can allow a curated list
Mm-hmm.
from our learners as well as open to the external world uh, given to the industry. So that is a very new platform that we intend to develop, again with the hope to strengthen industry needs
Mm-hmm.
programs
Mm-hmm.
and strengthen the placements and career part through an AI-driven platform. So
Mm-hmm.
that is another thing that is keeping us excited to grow at P Manifold.
Okay.
New programs in hydrogen are expected. Now we are starting to do a lot of hydrogen roadmap developments globally.
Mm-hmm.
So again, with those learnings and putting into application, some more specific hydrogen projects are also in cards.
Okay. My last question is related to your fiscal growth. Like, how was your last fiscal growth in terms of revenue, and what will be your expectation for upcoming 2 years?
I think we are moving fine. We want to grow at a higher rate.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, One angle we also are exploring is strategic investments in the company. So we are in discussions with some of the strategic investors
Mm-hmm.
to be part of our growth, especially like there's a lot more that we are taking from technicians and engineers and now management programs, and we are further raising the bar to kind of high professionals whom we are working in global multilateral development space to develop green financing modules for them. So I think with the kind of need and big mass that we are setting, I think a right strategic investment partner can allow us to grow, I would say, 3 times. We are looking for a 3 times growth of our current revenues that we are
Mm-hmm.
expecting in this year in next 3 years.
Okay.
Uh, I think approach is to ensure quality and excellence first, Nitisha,
Mm-hmm.
before we really add up more scalability.